Hello, all you damn dirty nerds. Alright. Message just came in. Oh, that's nothing. Okay. Message just came in on the tablet that's in my truck. It's nothing. Apparently, they're going to be doing heavy inspections here in the next week or so. So they just are constantly reminding us, hey, make sure you do your pre-trips and all that, which I always do pre-trips. So, alright. So I kind of went back and forth as to what this video was going to be about. I mean, I finished the whole states thing. So I want to kind of talk about books a little bit, but I can't really decide what series to talk about first. There's so many great books that I've remembered, I've written down. So I kind of decided, you know, maybe the next couple videos I'm just going to do a rundown of ones that I've remembered. And this is actually the second video I've recorded. The first one, for some reason, didn't upload properly, so I had to delete that. Now I'm starting all over again. So hopefully I can get through all the books this time. I think last time I only got through a few pages because I spent so much time gushing over several series. So I'm just going to kind of do a quick rundown of... get that in there. So just kind of do a quick rundown of pretty much all the ones that I've remembered. Most of these are title series. I forgot to write down the name of the author, but it's either going to be the name of a book with the author, title of the name of a series, or it's going to be just the name of the author. So, and it's in no particular order. It's not like I went from favorite to least favorite or anything like that. It's just whatever popped in my head at the time. Alright, so we've got Harry Potter series. I mean, I think that's going to be obvious. I'm a Potterhead. Ari Marmel. Susan Johnson. More specifically, her Sentinels of New Orleans series. Kevin Hearn. More specifically, his Iron Druid Chronicles series. Marcus Heinz. Specifically, his The Dwarves series. Diana Wayne Jones, who is an author, Ice Mark Chronicles. I didn't write down the name of the author, but I think the last name is Hill. I can't remember his first name. But yeah, I think it's something Hill. I think that's the name. Watersmeet. I didn't write down the name of this author. The Longlight Legacy series. Michael J. Sullivan. More specifically, his Legends of the First Empire series. Lord of the Rings. That one also should be given. Stephen R. Lawhead. He does great different ideas for like Robin Hood and King Arthur. Those are the main ones that I know of. Miles Cameron. More specifically, his Traitor Son Cycle series. The Historian by Elizabeth Kostova. R.S. Belcher, more specifically his Golgotha series. Deborah Harkness, specifically her All Souls trilogy, absolutely wonderful. It's actually one of the few series where I prefer the audiobook over the written one, mostly because the narrator does such a beautiful job narrating. Oh my god, it's absolutely gorgeous, especially the third book. The Staff and the Sword series. Kim Harrison, no particular series. Sarah J. Maas, or Maas, M-A-A-S. The only series I recommend from her, I didn't write it down, but is the Corn of Thorn and Roses series. Absolutely beautiful, different take on Beauty and the Beast. Definitely give that one a try. Barb Hendy, specifically the Noble Dead saga. A Song of Ice and Fire. Get writing, George. Seriously, we're waiting. Not going to wait forever. Wereworld series by Curtis Joblin. The Summer Country by James Hetley. And its sequel, The Winter Oak. Not for kids. And it's not because anything like explicit happens, but it deals with very adult themes. Alright? It deals with trauma and things of that nature, so really not kid-friendly. Marion Zimmer Bradley. The Silver Wolf trilogy by Alice Borchardt. She didn't write too much, I'm afraid. She started late in life and then she passed away. I think there's the Silver Wolf trilogy and I think like 2 or 3 other books. So she doesn't have a very big bibliography, but she wrote really well. Really well. Shad M. Brooks. He only has one book published that I know of. It's called Shadow the Conqueror. I recommend it. It's a good book, but he's also my favorite YouTuber, Shadiversity. So I have to kind of give him a shout out. I love his channels. He has Shadiversity, Night's Watch, Night with a K, and he actually just started a new channel called Shadlands. Go ahead and give him a follow. Really good stuff, especially if you're into like medieval topics and stuff like that. Patricia Briggs, absolutely love the Mercy Thompson series and the Alpha and Omega, which is kind of a tie-in. Absolutely love them, and she's written other stuff, but those are the main ones that I love. Charlie Davidson series, Timora Pierce. She wrote the Turtle books. I don't know if anyone's ever read those. They're really good. Definitely for I would say they're more targeted for a younger audience, but they're well written, and even as an adult, I enjoy her. You know, A Dog Named Kitty by Bill Wallace, Beauty by Bill Wallace. They're not connected to each other. They're single stories, but tearjerkers. Warning, tearjerkers. Charlene Harris, she wrote Southern Vampire Mysteries. I kind of prefer her Gunny Rose trilogy. The third one felt kind of rushed, but still a good trilogy. A Long Way from Chicago, and its sequel, A Year Down Yonder. I didn't write down the name of the author for some reason. The View from the Cherry Tree by Willow Davis Roberts. Willow without a W. Willo. And The Girl with Silver Eyes by Willow Davis Roberts. Once again, different books, not connected to each other. They're standalones. Owlin Love by Patricia Kendall. Dancing with an Alien by Mary Logue, Logue. I need to get I thought about getting a whiteboard so I can write down these names. Blood and Chocolate by Annette Curtis Klaus. Silver Kiss by Annette Curtis Klaus. Once again, standalone books, not connected. Amelia Atwater Rhodes does wonderful books with vampires and shapeshifters and kind of stuff like that. She does have some books that are connected to each other loosely. Like you'll have their main character is a different character, but it takes place in the same world, and you'll sometimes get people from different stories making an appearance. So, but a really, really good author. R.A. Salvatore, he wrote the Legend of Drizzt series, Drizzt. I don't know how you pronounce that. Kind of like a Dungeons and Dragons kind of a series. Pretty good. I haven't enjoyed it too much. I keep getting distracted by other things, but what little I've read is really good. The Dragonlance series, that one is very big. Multiple authors, multiple stories. It does kind of follow a timeline, but you can get away with kind of jumping around a little bit. I haven't read the whole series. There's a lot of stuff in it, but definitely give it a chance. It's very much D&D, but it's a really good series. The Inheritance Cycle. Poloni, I think is the guy's last name. Christopher Poloni. I could be wrong about that. Aragorn. That's the name. Aragorn. You guys know what I'm talking about. They made a horrible movie about it in the early 2000s. James Lovegrove, pretty good author. Laurel K. Hamilton, specifically her Anita Blake series. The Phantom by Lee Falk. I think I actually did a video on The Phantom earlier, a couple years ago. So feel free to check that out. Zorro by Isabel Yonde, Allande. A new take on the character. Very interesting. And they actually did a comic book series about it, based on it. So, Leopard Lord by Alana Moreland, and its sequel, Shackle and Sword. Ed Greenwood, good author, kind of wrote a D&D kind of a thing. Epic fantasy, that's what I keep wanting to think about. I Am Legend by Richard Matheson. Ending of the original and the true ending of the movie, the one that wasn't shown in theaters, more follows the book and is much better. I really don't know why they changed it. Fucking idiots in Hollywood. Meredith Ann Pierce, good author. Morabito, They actually did an anime back in the mid-2000s. Great anime, good books. So, definitely give that a try. Anne McCaffrey, Dragons of Pern series. Really wonderful. Also, fun fact, I think it is the first instance of heroes riding dragons. I think she's the one who created that idea. Jane Yolen, specifically her Pit Dragon Chronicle series. Dean Koontz, Stephen King. And then we got 3 novelizations of different movies. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, Iron Man, and Braveheart. Very much follow the movies with a little bit extra thrown in, but really well written and kind of better than the movies because they also kind of explain things that the movies kind of gloss over or just skip entirely. Sarah Ashe, specifically her Tears of Artemon series. Jennifer Fallon, specifically her Demon Child trilogy. Kelly Armstrong, specifically her Women of the Other World series. Absolutely wonderful. Sci-Fi did a series based on the first book, Bitten. First season really followed the books. The second and third season kind of went off the rails. Brandon Sanderson, Grid author. Juliet Mariller, author. The Bear and the Nightingale. Kind of an interesting take on Beauty and the Beast, kind of a thing. Russian. So, Russian mythology. It deals with Russian mythology. That's kind of why I read it, and it was pretty good. Jeremy Thatcher, Dragon Hatcher. Classic. Archangel by Sharon Shin. Centuriad series by Kate Climo. Daughter of Destiny series by Jenna Solitaire. The Shape Changer's Wife by Sharon Shin. The Silverwing series by Kenneth Oppel, O-P-P-E-L. I haven't finished it, but what little I've read is good. Guardians of Ga'Hoole series by Catherine Lasky. Once again, haven't finished it, but still good. Yasmin Galehorn, and particularly her Otherworld / Sisters of the Moon series. Jay Kristoff does kind of a steampunk-esque kind of a thing. Really well written. Really, definitely check him out. I highly recommend. Cassie Alexander, specifically her Eddie Spence series. Once again, I haven't read the whole thing, but really kind of interesting premise for that series. You Die When You Die by Angus Watson. The Edge on the Sword by Rebecca Tingle. Ancient Blade trilogy by David Chandler. Terry Brooks, author. James Patterson, author. Jacqueline Carey, author. I'm going to give a shout out to Jacqueline Carey for her Agent of Hell with 1 L trilogy. I was really disappointed there was only 3 books. I wanted more. So, Jacqueline, if you ever watch this, please give me more. That was such a good series. The Air Chronicles by Cinda Williams Chima. His Dark Materials trilogy by Philip Pullman. HBO is, I don't know if it's still running, but they're doing a series on HBO, and they actually did the first book into a movie back in the mid-2000s, The Golden Compass. Movie wasn't bad, TV show's better, books are definitely the way to go. Oathbreaker Assassin's Apprentice by S.R. Volt, and its sequel, Oathbreaker, A Prince Among Killers. Rick Riordan. Absolutely love Rick Riordan, but I have some issues. I might make a video about the issues I have with his books. The Mortal Instruments series by Cassandra Clare. Wizard's First Rule by Terry Goodkind. Ranger's Apprentice by John Flanagan. That one really would make a good TV series, just saying. Songs of the Earth by Elspeth Cooper. The Enchanted Forest Chronicles by Patricia C. Red. W-R-E-D-E. I think I messed up on writing up the name, so hopefully you guys can find it. Sherilyn Kenyon, author. Spellfall by Catherine Roberts. The Goblin Wood by Hilary Bell, and she's done a few other things too, so I also recommend her. Heart of the Hunter by R.L. Stein, and then of course he did a bunch of Goosebumps books and whatnot. Robert Jordan. I'm currently listening to the Wheel of Time series. Absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. The Creed trilogy by Nora Roberts. East by Edith Patel. Kind of a new take, kind of a different take on, more of a Nordic take on Beauty and the Beast. Beast by Donna Jo Napoli. Beastly by Alex Flynn. They actually did a movie in the late 2000s on it. Warm Bodies by Isaac Marion. They did a movie back in 2012, 2013. Wasn't bad. The Black Stallion series by Walter Farley. The Five People You Meet in Heaven by Mitch Albom. Chocolate Fever by Robert Kimmel Smith. Freak the Mighty by Rodman Philbrick. Holes by Louis Sancher, a popular movie back in the early 2000s. On My Honor by Marion Dan Bauer, tearjerker. Kristen Painter, author, the Hardy Boy series. Dork in Disguise by Carol Gorman. There's a Boy in the Girl's Bathroom by Louis Satcher. Stargirl by Jerry Spinelli. It's Nothing to a Mountain by Sid Hite, Hite. In My Father's House by Anne Rinaldi. Moby Dick by Herman Melville. The Peculiar by Stephen Bachman, and its sequel, The Whatnot. Princess Ben by Catherine Gilbert Murdoch. Strongbow Saga by Judson Roberts. God, 16 minutes in. Okay, so we're just going to end it here. As you can see, I got a lot, so hopefully I can get done next time. I should be able to get done next time, so I just need to remember Chloe Neal. I might actually just make that video real quick and then post that in a few days. So once again, go through this, and feel free to give them any of them a read. I'm going to go through all of these more in depth, one by one. Really just kind of depends on, what I can remember, what I can get my hands on. It's kind of hard to get a hold of books in my truck. I don't want to spend money because it can get expensive. So I got to kind of go through my library, what they have on ebook and whatnot, and just kind of what I can remember. And also I got to figure out, what kind of format I want to use. They probably won't be as long as this, because I don't want to get into spoilers, So, I think that's going to be it. I'm going to go ahead and get this uploaded. But, you guys have a good day.